Welcome back, everybody. This is Dave the Gamer coming at you today with a guide on how to use TSM4 to make money with all professions. I'm tailoring and alchemy on my main mage, so I'm going to show you a couple examples with that, but it's going to work with engineering and blacksmithing and pretty much anything that you can craft. I'm going to show you how to maximize the profits with it. Basically, what I'm going to touch base on is 4 different areas. 1, how to set up a queue. 2, how to craft listed items. So with your queue, how to, when you go to the auction house, automatically search for those items. 3, how to make the profits. And 4, just general tips on things you should know. I want to give a shout out to all my subs right now. I just hit 100, so I'm super excited that it's actually getting out to you guys and that you're enjoying the content. I'm working on improving a lot of the back end stuff to make the content better for you. If you haven't already, please think about subscribing, liking. It definitely helps drive me to make more. But without further ado, let's jump on into this. So I would say with the first one, how to craft a queue. So like I said, as an example, I'm going to use alchemy. With alchemy, there's a couple things that you can know. If you ever want to go back to the original form, you can hit switch to the old UI form for it. I don't know why you would. Once you download TSM4, like I said, I already have a video on everything about TSM4. This one's diving deep on how to use it for crafting and everything else like that. But sorry to rant. So with craft, if you look, if it's a true green number, it shows that I have enough mats to craft 4. If it's yellow, it's saying, I could craft 44 of them. I think I actually could craft more. But all of my mats are on a different account. So it's basically saying I have them, but not here, not enough, and like I would need to buy more. But so with this, I have, let's see, what I mean by the queue is you never want to craft a ton of one thing unless you really think you're going to sell that many throughout the time. But if I want to craft, say I want to craft 5 of these, I want to craft, 2 of these, 2 of these, and like I go down and I'm basically looking which ones I want to craft, throw them in my queue. This is my queue. So if I wanted to, what I usually do is I set up a massive queue if I'm just chilling on the couch watching TV, and I'll just hit craft, and it's going to start crafting as you see what's here. And then once that completes, I would hit craft next. It would craft whatever's underneath. If you want to skip over and craft something before that, you just click on it. So super easy to set up massive queues. So say I did get rid of these, and say I want to craft, the stone scale potion or stone shield potion, but I don't have the mats. So say I add 2 of them into my queue here. What you can do, I could then go to my auction house, and in my auction house, so first, actually, I apologize. You would then go to gathering, and these are the items I need to gather to make the potions I want. So I would open a task list. And like this is like if I'm like, man, there's some good profits on these potions, but I don't have the items and whatnot. I would create a nice gathering list, and as you see, it's right here now. And then when I go to my auction house, I could just click right on the item, or I hit scan all. So if I have a bunch of different ones, I would scan all, and it would automatically pull all the resources that I need to buy, and then I could automatically buy them. So it's a nice little, so you don't got to write them down or memorize, oh, what mats did that one potion have? No, it's pretty straightforward, and then once you're done doing it, you just hit the X, wipe it out. Now I'm sure what you're really here for is how to make the profits. Let's be real with that. So I'll show you how exactly I make profit with it. I easily make 100, 200 gold a week off doing this, probably more. I just constantly, as soon as I make money, I'm either buying raid, like flask and stuff for that, or I'm dumping it right into investing. So what I do, this is what I look at. Right here, it shows you all the profits. So I like to make anything that's like 30 silver or more per potion. But then you also got to keep in mind, like, is it going to sell? Like, am I really going to make 44 of these or 19 of them? It's going to take a while for me to actually sell them. So not only do I not want to craft a ton of them, but you also want to triple check. If you watch any other videos, I'm huge on triple checking. So the triple check, what do I mean by that is if you hover over the actual potion, it gives you the breakdown of it. So right now, the minimum price on what's going on in the auction house is 6 gold, 20 silver. And then at the bottom, it shows you, and here you're seeing what mats I'm using and then how much my profit is. So seeing that the minimum is actually the same as, a little bit less than the market, that's actually profit I'm going to get. And if anything, if it goes up to market price, I'd actually make, an additional 60 silver. So that's a good potion to make. But there's some that are just like false profits, and it's very dangerous. You got to be careful. And this is what I mean. I already know without even looking, this is an example. So it's saying I'm going to make 2 gold, 60 silver. No way. So after I hover over it, look at the minimum buyout, almost 4 gold, but really the market value is a gold, 77 silver. Really, that basically is saying it's a little scarce right now. The chance of you selling it for double the price, very rare. If anything, no one's going to buy anything, and when it drops back down to its market value is when it's going to sell. So if it dropped down to its real price, it's really only like a 30, 40 silver profit, and that's before the auction hand gets their little grubby hands in there and takes their 10, 20%, whatever it is. So really, you might only make 15, 20 silver. Still not terrible, you know what I mean? I like to make like 10, 12 different potions, so I have my hands in a little bit of everywhere in the market. So I'm selling, 2 of this potion, 3 of this potion, it all adds up. General tips I would like to add is number 4 is kind of what I was already referring to. So as an example with like the brute force and something that makes, I think the best example is right here. Yes. So say I have only so many sungrass. One, if I have an abundance of 1, you could type in the bar sungrass, and I could see everything that, I can make with the sungrass. Well, then you want to look at, okay, 1 makes 74. If by math, I would want to make all Elixir of Giants. So if I only have X amount of sungrass, I want to use them all because it's the max profit. But you have to keep in mind, first, check, is it a little inflated? Yeah, it's inflated about 30 silver right now. So really, they're about the same price. And then 2, you got to think of the sell, like how fast something would sell. Even if it did make a little bit more profit, but it took you 3 weeks to sell it all, why not craft half of these and half of these, since they're both good profit? And then throughout the week, instead of 3 weeks or 2 weeks to sell something, it really doesn't take that long, but I like to flip my money almost daily. So I'm buying these herbs, and then I'm crafting half of each of them and then selling a couple of them each. And I'm checking throughout the day to repost because people are constantly undercutting you. So I typically, when I post, I'll post 2 or 3 stacks of 2 potions, and then I'll check that later on in the day. They might not sell because someone undercut you. So I don't put too many in. And like I said, you want to really spread your investment. You want to make multiple different ones as long as they're profits. And then, like I said, keep in mind, always triple check and making sure that price isn't crazy inflated. And that's really all it is. And this same thing applies to, like I said, all the professions. You can look at this. The biggest thing is keeping in mind, like, how often are someone really going to buy this? You know what I mean? Is these greater stone shields, are they flying off the shelves? Probably not. I probably wouldn't go buy a ton of these supplies to make a bunch. Even though it shows a good profit, is it going to sell? I would rather make a little bit less profit and sell 10 of them a day instead of 1 of them a day, because when you break down the math, it's actually more. So those little things you got to think about. And the one I want to quickly touch base on is warning you on tailoring. So tailoring, looks like it is just a money house. Look at this, fell boots, 12 gold profit. You're probably thinking, I'm going to go buy 100 fell cloth. I'm going to make 100 of these. One, how fast do they sell? Potions sell a lot faster. Stuff that you're constantly having to use up a lot is going to sell a lot faster. Basic economics there. Compared to fell cloth boots and hood. I've made these before, bought these before, thinking I'm going to make a killing. Realistically, they don't sell. One, it's overflated by about 6-7 gold, but then two, you have to think, who's buying these? The only people buying these right now that MC BWL is out, is alt accounts. So you're hoping an alt account buys these. There's definitely a chance. I just wouldn't go making a ton of these. I might make one of each and then throw them up in the auction house when there's not already a ton of them on the auction house. That's the only time I do it. So I did want to warn you on that. Like I said, you can make profit, and then especially if you are farming these mats, why not make it? I mean, you will make some gold. It's just going to be a lot slower process. So I use both to make money. I mainly use my tailoring. So if someone was to message me and say, hey, can you craft me something? And then yes, I craft it and get the tip. Or I use it for the moon cloth every 3-4 days on cooldown. But those are my tips for this. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody that has subbed. Hopefully you think about it, and I really hope that this content has helped you. Please let me know down in the comments, what I might have missed with this. I didn't want to drag on my video to 20 minutes like I've been known to do. So I want to try to really make stuff that is good for you guys, but I need some ideas. I got some other things that are already pending to release, but share some other ideas of what you might like to see. Question of the day: what potion or item that you make that you see consistent value day after day, week after week? What's that item?